Everybody. Well, today is Friday, and I got off a little early, so it's been a good day. So I wanted to do a quick, maybe part two to my um, the one that I started. I think when I left off before, I had been taking allergy shots somewhere around 18 years. Well, I did quit getting bronchitis so much. Um, and once I started taking the flu shot, I haven't had the flu since. I've been sick, but I haven't had the flu. Um, the urinary tract infection and to back up with the kidney infections was constant all the time, never ending. Uh, but Deb um, inboxed me and she made a good point. Being raised here in the South, we encountered a lot of crop dusting. I can remember when I was a kid, we stand outside and watch them do it, because we thought it was fascinating because it was flying so close to the ground. And also, we picked cotton, and we had our own garden, and it wasn't nothing for us to go out there and eat tomatoes or cucumbers or the strawberries, whatever was in the garden. You just eat it. You didn't take it in and wash it and do all this. So, a combination of our environment, all the poisons that was put out there before they called them poisons or said that they were harmful to us. I believe that everything is on such a huge rise because of all the chemicals. I think it's had a big play in it. I know I'm getting a little off track, but before I forget, I have learned in the last 2 months that two of my cousins have lupus. One of them is still going through the process. I think it's been 2 months for her. She's on Plaquenil. I gave her my doctor's in Birmingham's name, hoping she's going to try to get in there with him. My other cousin is not a blood related. She is my stepmother's niece, but she's 45. And I just learned day before yesterday that she's in the nursing home because she was in Birmingham for 3 months because she got so bad. She's got an autoimmune disease that was shutting everything down. They have her on high doses of steroid. My stepmother said there's no way I would even recognize her because she is blowed up so big. I'm going to try to get to the nursing home to see her. And in the process, she had a stroke while she was there. So now she's in the nursing home, trying to recover from the stroke. I believe she was paralyzed like on her left side. But she is still very, very sick. So all of this, I mean, she's 5 years younger than me. So it really, I don't know. It seems like you never heard of it, and now it's everywhere. I don't know. But anyway, so I did go through taking the allergy shots, and it did help as far as I didn't get bronchitis and sinus infections as bad. But guess what? I still felt like I had a low-grade flu. I still would run low-grade fevers. I still would have the body aches. The only thing is I really believe my body was completely not functioning normal because of my energy level. I'm telling y'all, no sleep. My brain wouldn't stop. My body wouldn't stop. I could get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, do laundry, sweep, go to work 12 hours, come home, cook, wash dishes, put in a load of laundry, get in bed at 11, start again. There was lots of times in my late 30s, early 40s, I was single. I worked 7 days a week, sometimes 2 jobs. Then I took care of my own house that my daddy built me with 5 acres. So my total weekend, if I had it off, it would take me the whole weekend to cut the yard, weed eat, do that because my yard was so big. So it was never ending. I never ran out of energy. Um, and every doctor found it very, very to the extreme, to the fact that they could not give me anything to make me sleep. Nothing would work. But moving on from there. So, um, still, when I hit my 40s, I still weighed 95 pounds. I would go from 95 to 100, and that would be drinking lots of milkshakes. I even went through a 6-year program at the Wellness Center working out, where they had me on a program to gain weight. I got up to 104 one time, and that was like, yay. So then, let's see, I'm 50. Me and my husband's been married 3 years. It'll be 4. It'll actually be 4 next month. So 6 years ago, I'm going to say at 44. So at 44, and I know those of you can relate, everything went boom. It was as if I woke up one day and I was totally exhausted. I hurt so bad that if I didn't know better, I'd think I had the flu. Everything hurt so bad and I was so exhausted. Well, I thought it was everything going on in my life. I was selling my house, getting it fixed up. We were fixing his house up because we were planning on getting married and buying our own. I was still working. I was working a second shift job. So I just took it to all of that. But it never went away. It got worse. And I could sleep and sleep. I could sleep sitting at a red light, y'all. I'd be sitting there waiting on a red light and fall asleep. If I went to a doctor's appointment, if I went anywhere, I'd curl up and go to sleep. And it just kept going, and it just kept getting worse. So after we sold my house, sold his house, bought this one, moved in, I said, okay, it'll get better. Well, it didn't. It got worse. So because then the pain started. The joint pain was terrible. My elbow and my wrist. The only way I know is that if I could reach to pick something up or to open a door, and I felt like it actually broke. The pain was so bad, and my elbow, and then it was my hip, and then my knees, and so started seeing doctors for that, and they said, oh, it's just small cases of arthritis. You're just tired. Well, you know you're getting older. Then I started gaining weight, where I never could get past 100, went to 105, went to 110, went to 120 in a matter of 5 months. And I know it was as if my system that I'd had all those years of going 100 miles an hour came to a complete stop. And when it did, I started gaining weight. I couldn't sleep enough. I hurt so bad. And I could not concentrate. The brain fog was terrible. I could know in my head what I wanted to say, but I couldn't get it out of my mouth. So I went from one doctor that sent me to a rheumatologist, that sent me to a neurologist. I found out 3 months after we got married, I went for my eye exam. Well, they were concerned about it, so they sent me to a specialist in Birmingham who did an MRI and found out I had a brain tumor. Well, I can't pronounce it right, but it's a meningioma. It's not cancer. It's very slow growing, no problem. And it didn't have anything to do with my eyesight. We just happened to find it. I have an MRI every 6 months for that. This last time it did grow, but it still was not enough for them to concern themselves. Uh, then, so during that time, I got married. 3 months later, found out I had a brain tumor. 6 months later, still aches, pain. I mean, I could actually pull in from work and sleep in my car. I did not even feel like getting out of it. It's that bad. So I had this purple spot come up, and it was a circular, and it just kept bothering me. And I didn't scratch it, but I would rub it. So I went to my dermatologist. He did a biopsy and told me it was lupus. Didn't know what that meant. He said it was discord lupus. Come home, researched it, and me and my husband's going, that's it. That's what you have. You have the SLE lupus because every symptom fit. It was all there in black and white. So then started the journey of going to rheumatologists, neurologists, rheumatologists. My second one said, yes, you have lupus. Symptoms, oh, my hair started falling out. November 2 years ago, I had a flare, and my whole inside mouth and my nose was covered in the blisters, the ulcers. My hair was falling out by the handfuls. I had such thick hair that every time I went, every 4 weeks, she had to thin it because it was so thick. It fell out so bad. So we said, this is it. The second rheumatologist here in Huntsville said yes. Then it gave me Plaquenil, and on the second month visit, I said, well, it's really not helping yet. But I did research, and it said it could take a long time. He pulled me off of it, said that's not what it is. You have fibromyalgia. That's it. I was in tears. I was in so much tears. Somebody's got to help me. I know when something's wrong with my body. I know something's not right. So I had this wonderful doctor that my daughter was working with. Her sister has lupus. So I went to her. And the day I went to see her, I hurt so bad and I was so exhausted that I laid on the bed in the examining room. She came in there, sat in her chair, and sat up to me and talked to me while I cried for an hour and a half. I told her I can't do this anymore. Something is wrong and nobody will listen. She got me the appointment in Birmingham with the doctor I have now. And I went there. He did the whole huge blood test. And his words that I'll never forget when I went back 2 weeks later for the blood test. My ANA was only 1 ratio to 80. That's all. I know a lot of people's is 1, to 1680. I know it doubles. But anyway, he said, I do not take into account your blood work. Your blood work can fluctuate and it can lie. Your symptoms tell me more than the blood test. And I went, I've got to help. I was crying. I said, I need somebody to believe me. And he said, I believe you and I'm not going to give up on you. So he started the Plaquenil back. I've had problems on and off with it, but I am up to 400 milligrams. I am having to take them differently because they do bother my stomach. I've started taking 200 milligrams at my 9 o'clock break, the other one at my lunch, and it has worked a lot better on my stomach. So anyway, that's where I'm at now. I have been with him for a year. I have seen him 4 times. He wanted to start me on Imurin when I went to him 3 weeks ago. Well, I'm having so much trouble with my ears and dizziness, walking sideways, that right now I'm seeing an ENT for that. He's got me on a 21-day supply of antibiotics, and then he's going to do a CAT scan of my face. So I did not want to introduce another medication in while I'm on this one. So right now I'm concentrating on that antibiotic, getting that CAT scan done. I'm going to cancel my rheumatologist appointment, put it out till the end of February because I haven't started that medicine yet. Hope I'm not talking too fast. Trying to catch y'all up so I don't make too many videos and make you bored. But we do know, and even in your deepest, darkest, no matter how many doctors you go to, never give up. Never. And sometimes a general doctor will send you in the right direction. Sometimes if you get that caring general doctor who doesn't have to go through the complication of trying to figure it out, but will be willing to send you somewhere else. My favorite thing to say is, if it was you, who would you go to? And that's what I say to them. If it was you, who would you go to? Because, for one thing, they know each other. And they know which ones care, which ones really don't. And it works for me. It has took me to quite a few doctors, but it has worked for me. So the advice I give everybody is don't stop. Don't give up. If you got to get on here and cry, if you got to get on here and get frustrated, if you hurt, if you're having a great day, it doesn't matter. We're all here together for all of those days. And I'm certainly don't know what I would do without all of y'all. But at this time, I'm concentrating on my ENT because I really do need to get my ears straightened out. Sorry, my dog is pulling my hair. And then I will concentrate on the other. But I'm trying to keep this short. Don't want to bore anybody, but if there's anybody new that's trying to find anything, I'm trying to put whatever information I can out there. So I will talk to y'all later. Bye.